Hello, team. Coach Allison, and I've got Defy Aging for week 46 already, if you can believe that. This week we have an in your own space routine once again, and this time you're going to be counting your own reps. So we are doing a drop set, which is similar to our ladders, if you recall those. So we have 6 exercises. Yes. And you're going to start at 12 reps of each of them. So you go through the whole list for 12 reps each. And then our next set is going to be 10 reps each, and we drop it by 2 every time. So you do 12 reps, 10, 8, 6, 4, and 2. And yes, the 2 rep round is short and quick, but you got to finish it out, right? Little caveat here. Between each set, so when you finish the full set of exercises, you're going to do 1 minute of a sprint on one of our pieces of cardio equipment. So that can be the upright bike, the recumbent bike, the elliptical, the treadmill, the stairs, the rower. Even if you want maybe the battle ropes, doing that for a minute would be a great challenge. So 1 minute of a sprinted cardio equipment between each set. Okay, let's go through our 6 exercises. Exercise 1, squat with a lat pull down. Those of you who have been with us for a while, you are familiar with this one. We're going to incorporate a lower body exercise, a squat, with a pull down, which is an upper body back exercise. An upper body pull exercise that targets the back. So have our band. I like to put the handles around my wrists so they don't flop around everywhere. Grab, I don't know, a foot, maybe a foot and a half apart on the band, depending on the resistance you choose. All right, we're going to bring those arms up so they're kind of 45 degrees out from the forehead. Okay, so you're not straight overhead and you're not straight forward. You're right in the middle. We're going to try to hold that arm position as we do our squat. And that's actually very hard to do. A squat with the arms down as opposed to a squat with the arms up is mechanically the same, but it's skeletally, it's actually much trickier. All right, so arms stay here. We sink those hips down and back, go into our squat as low as you're able to go. Make sure those heels aren't lifting off the floor, your knees aren't sticking too far forward. As you come up to the top, do the pull down. So we're pulling down and back. You want to squeeze those elbows back and together like this, and your chest should kind of pop out, and you're bringing that band to your upper chest, not way down here. So again, here's the pull down. All together, squat, pull, squat, pull. Okay, so again, you would start with 12 of those for our first round, and then drop it by 2 each new set. The next exercise is also a band exercise. It's going to be a band back row, and this is going to be, the rep count is separate on each side. So you're going to do, well, I'll show you before I show you the counting. So you're going to step on the band. If you step a little wider, that'll give you a little more resistance. Cross the band so you're grabbing the opposing side handle. Palms are turned inward towards one another. Every time we do a back row, come into that body position. That's the 45-degree forward bend. So we're not up. If you're up too high like this, you're really working more shoulder. We want to work more back. So you want to be low. From here, we pull one side at a time. And we're going to do the count separately. So it'll be 1 and 1. Exhale on the pull. 2 and 2. As you pull up, you're keeping the elbow in tight. You're just getting a little bit of a rotation in that same direction, and that helps you get a little extra squeeze in your lat muscle back here. All right, that's our band back row. Next exercise, kneeling bicep curl. You're on your knees, weight in each hand. Rotate those palms so they're facing towards you at the top. Rotate the palms so they're facing in at the bottom, and we do our curls like this. So again, from the side, the kneeling position, you want to make sure you're up nice and tall. You can put your toes like this if that helps stabilize you, or like this. We want to make sure though that we're not leaning forward at all or popping the hips back at all. And we want to make sure we're not leaning back on the curl. So keep your body very, very still, and you're isolating those arms, making sure you're not doing any swinging or swaying, especially at the bottom. And that's our kneeling curl. Of course, kneeling on those knees can be uncomfortable for some of us. If that's the case, we're going to stand and do a typical standing curl, taking out that kneeling component. All right, that's our bicep curl for this week. All right, coordination time, balance time. We've done this before, alternating overhead press with an opposite high knee. Yes, I know it's a long name. Okay, palms are forward. We do overhead presses quite often, so that's not new, but we're going to add some more stuff. We're going to press one arm and do a controlled knee lift, high knee, with the opposite side leg. So we want this slow and controlled. So by that, I mean, we don't want to go like fast and kind of wonky all over the place like that. So go slow and controlled. The count for this is the total count as opposed to each side separately. So this would be 1, this would be 2, 3, and you'll count that one in that way. Okay, this is going to be posterior chain, so hamstrings, glutes, lower back, and some cardio. It's our skaters. We haven't done these for a while. Okay, a skater is a lot of coordination. We want to put one leg back behind, tapping that toe to the floor. And in order to do that, you have to like slightly let your hips rotate. So watch, my hips are facing forward right now. Now they're facing this way when I reach my leg back. If you try to keep your hips forward and just reach your leg back, you don't have the movement, the space to get that leg back. So you can start small. I shouldn't say small, slow, excuse me, and kind of get the movement down. You do want to be in like a forward bend position, but ideally we want to end up adding some speed. So you reach towards the floor with the same leg that's reaching back. So this is my left arm, left leg, right arm, right leg. If and when you feel more comfortable, you can either add speed, get a little hop between sides, and you can also add depth, reaching all the way for that floor. But you do try to get that little hop between sides. Allow those hips to be moving like this and stay low. Okay. The count for this one is each side separately because they go so fast. So it'll be, this would be 1, 1, 2, 2, and so on. So that's how we count this one. All right, that's our skater. Last exercise, plank push-up. So it incorporates all the best things: a plank, a push-up, endurance, core strength. All right, so we're going to start on the elbows in the typical low plank. Okay, toes and elbows, and of course you can do knees as well. Maybe I should turn to the side. So toes and elbows like this, hips level, or drop those knees, but keep your hips level, meaning don't pop your hips up like this. Okay. Once you're in that plank, the push-up component, I'm going to take my hand, place it right where my elbow is. So it comes back here, push up to the hands, and then that same arm is going to come back down, bring the elbow back down. Now, the last arm that came down is now the first to go back up because we want to alternate sides. Okay. One thing I do want to point out is how important it is that you're actually replacing the position of the elbow with the hand. And I'll show you what I mean by that. I'm going to, again, taking my hand, bringing it back here where my elbow was, as opposed to keeping the hands where they are and simply raising the elbows off the floor. See the difference between this and this? Big difference. Okay? So again, you can do that on toes, catch my breath, toes or knees, and you can always bring your arms up to an elevated surface and do it on an incline. So do it on a bench or one of our red boxes to turn it into an incline version. But that's the plank push-up. Okay, team. So our team builder this week. I don't have a team with me, so you're going to be in it's a medicine ball, circle, pass. Yes. You're going to be in a circle with your Defy team. So I would have people, around me here. Distance yourself about arms width apart, okay? And we're going to take a medicine ball. I'm going to toss it to my right. Everyone's going to keep that circle going in the same direction. So I would catch it here, toss it here. It's going to go around, catch it, toss it. 30 seconds one direction. Your coach will reset the timer, and then we're going to go the other direction. So we're working on kind of a lateral catch and toss for this one. But that's our team builder. Okay, everybody, hope you enjoy week 46, and I will be back next week with another new workout.